Hola, ¿cómo estás? Soy Lampyra. So this video is going to be a little bit different, a little more low-key than my other two videos. If you couldn't really tell, Little Glam's face isn't really the best. This is actually one of the first face-ups I've ever made, like, ever. So not bad for a first try, but I have a couple face-ups under my belt already, so I figured, why not try round two? So first things first, you gotta prep the face. Just make sure you use 100% acetone or else it will not work. And as you can see, this is a pretty rough paint job. I use pastels for her eyelids and for her lips, and it kind of looks like I just ate a bunch of food and never wiped it off. I also use pastels for her cheeks, that's why they don't look the best. It's probably because it was also my first time too, but you know, you live and learn. So it's actually pretty easy to take everything off. It's just watercolor pencil, it'll come off regardless. I go in for a second round, and then I believe afterwards I take a little wipe to her face just to get everything else off. I unfortunately couldn't get the crevices of her lips, but fortunately I'll paint after that. And then you get your very well seasoned paint palette, and then begin sketching out the eyes. I didn't prep the face because I figured I didn't need that much tooth for just the pencils. They're just going to be a very vague outline. Also for myself personally, I find it easier to dip a sharp object into paint and then try to draw on the face calligraphy style. I find it has more control than just painting it on, plus I'm terrible with brushes, especially small brushes. I always glob on paint. It never looks good, and this just reminds me of just drawing with pen and paper. I only want to use two colors for this face up. I'm going to be using mostly black for my eyebrows, eyeshadow, and lipstick, and then I'll use a little bit of white to also highlight the fangs I'm going to eventually draw. And for the whites of my eyes, I'm actually going to use a solid yellow straight from the bottle. I just wanted to give it that little reptilian, maybe feline, just non-human look. And I'm impatient and I wanted to get this done in a single night, so I go back to my scleras and go over them while they're still wet with some black. I wanted to attempt to make a vaguely non-human, probably feline, probably reptile looking eye slit. I think it turned out fine. I don't know, I'm still kind of flip-flopping on this. That's what I get for being impatient, I guess. And there you have it, my face up is done. I did end up suffering because I tried to rush it. You can definitely see the warping of my pupil, and it's mixing a little bit in the yellow of the wet paint. Looking back at them, they actually kind of look like the poster for the Cats musical. Well, my persona is supposed to be a mythical, monstrous, humanoid-looking creature, so I can just say it's intentional. Yeah, that works. Alright, and I think that's gonna wrap it up for today. I know, it's a short video, but I wanted to do something before the year ended, and I figured a face-up would be perfect. One of my resolutions for next year is to make more videos in general, and hopefully higher quality ones, so I highly recommend you stick around to see those. But that'll be it for now. Adios!